Hurricane Dennis coverage continues right here on the Weather Channel.
Just look at the surf kick up in Destin. Sure signs that Hurricane Dennis is close by, and you need to be prepared now. We only have a few hours left until this thing makes landfall.
And that's exactly what people are doing here. Just last-minute preparations, which should have been done hours ago or even yesterday. But that's the way it goes when there's a hurricane. This is a dangerous storm, folks. We'll give you an update from Gulf Breeze, Florida, in just a moment.
Welcome to our special storm alert coverage of Hurricane Dennis. Bill Keneally, I'm Stephanie Abrams. It's Sunday, July 10th, and we've got a hurricane on our hands.
And pretty ominous signs of it strengthening very quickly and coming ashore with much more fury here. Right now, Stephanie, we have a buoy report south of Panama City, 77-mile-per-hour peak wind in the past hour.
Strength.
And we have a buoy right there, the same one, 33-foot. Waves right now, 33-foot waves. Not exactly sure how far out that is, but safe to say much higher wave action and much higher wind velocities coming in the next 2 to 3 hours.
All right, we've been feeling the effects of this hurricane already, and of course we have live crews that are fanned out all along the coast here, and we want to head to Gulf Breeze, where we have meteorologist Jim Cantori. That's just south of Pensacola. And Jim, I've seen the hood come up, come down, come up, come down. How have the conditions been changing? You going in and out of those squalls?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Steph. We're kind of in a little dry slot right through here, but the wind is blowing around a little bit. Eddie, go ahead and kind of pan around, just show people the trees here, especially off to my right. You can see them swaying around quite nicely. I'm probably just a little protected here on the north side of the hospital, so that is a good thing, obviously, for later on. But you can definitely see the wind just above the surface of the earth, definitely blowing and swaying those trees around. Guys, you mentioned an interesting point. You said the buoy, what was it, 35 feet with the waves?
33-foot waves.
33, okay, 33. Now remember, with Ivan, we had over 50 feet measured with some of those waves. So this may be a little bit of good news here, but we'll talk to Dr. Lyons about that. He's the wave expert. No question about it. That's a far cry from the 55 feet here. Let me show you some water and waves that are coming in as we speak, as we take you toward Pensacola Beach, because these babies are rolling in right under the pier here. As you would expect, they will continue to build. We will continue to get water rise. And unlike where we saw the water continue to come up with Ivan, we will see a dramatic rise, we think, with this one to the right of the center. So a big-time surge coming in with this one. Unfortunately, a lot of areas will feel water overwashing many of the berms and through here. Let's talk about the areas and why we evacuate. Pensacola, Destin, and Panama City. I want to show 3 of these here for you. And what we're looking at is where these areas are prone to sea level. And obviously, you can see they're very, very close. That is why they separate these areas into zones. Typically zone 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And anybody right now into zones 1 through 4 has been evacuated and who has been asked to leave, hopefully has left by now. And that's why we want to get you out of harm's way, because there's a chance, because of the way the sea is, and of course the topography of the land that close to the coast in these cities, that you can get that water rising right into these areas. That's why it is so dangerous. So a great job, and some of the kind of graphics that we use to show you why we need to get you out of harm's way. Stephanie and Bill, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jim. From the beach there, Gulf Breeze is actually just inland. Mike Bettis, though, doesn't have that luxury. He's out there on the water, and he is in Destin, Florida. And, Mike, you got to wonder, 77-mile-per-hour wind at the Panama City buoy. You're west of there. You are probably in more harm's way. What is your plan this afternoon?
Well, we definitely have a plan, Bill. We wouldn't come down here toward the beach if we didn't. We're probably going to go back about a mile inland. We've got a hotel there that actually doubles as a storm shelter. The county has deemed it strong enough because it was rebuilt after Ivan above code. So it's a place that we feel very confident that we can stay through the night or even this afternoon if we have to. Flooding may not be a concern there either because it's relatively high. Flooding is always a concern here in Destin because it sits relatively low and we have very little beach as well. Wanted to take a look at the ocean. We have had incredible waves today, crashing way out, so that's good. And the breakers have been way out, not right on the beach, so we haven't seen much in the way of beach erosion. But high tides may play a role in the storm surge here today. Our high tide for Destin, 12:37 in the afternoon, a couple of hours from now. And one thing that we'll watch for tomorrow as well is a high tide about the same time, about 12:53, when we have high tide and we have a hurricane coming in at relatively close to the same time. That's bad news. That means beach erosion. That means storm surge. That means flooding. One thing that is beneficial to us at this point is that we don't have that strong wind that's coming due south off the Gulf. We've actually had a very steady northeast wind, so we haven't seen a lot of water rise here on the beach. That's why we're still safe to be here right now. As soon as those winds turn, as Dennis gets a little bit closer, they will turn eventually east, then southeast, then south. At that point, we're going to get very quick, very rapid water rise here. Beach erosion will take place. At that point, Bill, Stephanie, it's going to be time for us to bug out and head a little bit farther in, then probably about a mile inland or so is where we're going to go.
All right, Mike. Now, I was telling Jim a little bit earlier, I feel like the mother hen of everyone in the field. When I'm in the field and at the studio, you know, it makes me nervous. Now, of course, you went through Ivan, and you were stuck in that eye wall of Ivan. Pensacola got tore apart. Such sad pictures out of there. How do you feel about this one coming ashore? It's a category higher than Ivan. Are you worried? How are you feeling?
Yes, absolutely. We're worried about this one. We have some of the same crew that we had with us last year during Hurricane Ivan. We've all been through quite a few storms, and Ivan was one of the worst storms a lot of us have seen. We definitely are concerned being planned storm surge and flooding. So we believe here the roads probably 90 going to be washed out, so that's going to be a problem for us as well. We are staying safe. We're here to inform the people at home and keep you safe. Hurricane Dennis about to